may not be suitable for all audiences.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such educational films as 2 minus 3 equals negative fun and
Art 101 with Mr. Burger.
Scholars, welcome back to another episode of Art 101 with me, Mr. Berger, a professional artist and master educator attempting to provide you with the best in art historical content. If you like the content, like, share, subscribe, do all the things to make the channel grow and flourish. I appreciate it.
Hi, kids. I love you.
Where the elite meet and greet. That's right, today we're going to look at the Springsonian Museum, visited by our favorite family from Springfield, the Simpsons. We're going to visit this art museum as the characters go through, and I'm going to break down all of the pieces, all of the artists that they encounter in their visit. So, let's get going. So before we even enter the Springsonian Museum, right out front there we see the Alexander Calder kinetic sculpture. This is again by Alexander Calder, the inventor of the mobile, the American sculptor. And we also take a look there at that frontage. Now, this is not really at all like the Smithsonian fronts. Each one of the buildings looks a little bit different. This doesn't look really like any of them. But the one that it's probably closest to, the one that it's most leaning on a little bit, is the National Museum of American History that was originally created in 1964. And we join the Simpsons inside as they walk through. Right there in the center of the room have the discus thrower. The ancient Greek bronze was originally created by the artists known as Myron. And the works that we know that are based on this are the Roman copies created obviously after that Greek original, created somewhere between 460 and 450 BC. On the wall, the Monet haystacks. There were 25 works in this series created between the summer of 1890 and the spring of 1891 by the pure impressionism approach by Claude Monet. And wheat stacks, End of Summer, available to see at the Art Institute of Chicago, is probably the work that it's most leaning on. But again, these are generic Simpson-esque background things, and none more so probably than the Juan Moreau Blue No. 2, which is a very loose attributed work there. Now, the original there would have been a part of a triptych from 1961. And in come the folks there with the Klaus Oldenburg.
A Klaus Oldenburg. He's a European who defied convention and embraced American popular culture.
Klaus Oldenburg was known for creating these everyday objects in a very sort of fun way. And he did a couple of versions of pencils. One is in El Salvador, one is in Germany. There's also a sketch, this proposal from 1984, which is more of an etching, but these are the works that are most of a pencil by Klaus Oldenburg, although there is not an exact Klaus Oldenburg that is a pencil just like this. Anyway, it's the Simpsons. They're having fun. On we go, as Marge loves her J.M.W. Turner.
It's glorious. The streets are paved with water. You could ride a walrus to work.
The romantic artist J.M.W. Turner was mostly known for his seascapes. This oil painting, created in 1835 that you can view at the Met, is a depiction of Venice, Italy, as you can see here. It's pretty close, as are the works that follow. These 5 Pablo Picasso paintings are a walk through time looking at Barefoot Girl from 1895, created when Picasso was only 14 years old. The Seated Harlequin, 1901. The Old Guitarist, 1903. Ladies of Avignon, 1907. And Head of a Man, also 1907. As the story moves along, we see in the background a couple of works that are referencing others, like the Joseph Albers Homage to Square. This is probably Against Deep Blue from 1955 that you could view at the Harvard University Art Museum. The Mondrian, which most closely resembles composition number 4 with red, blue, and yellow. And of course, the pinnacle in the storyline there, the Andy Warhol Campbell's Soup Can, which he began that series in 1962 with a series of 32 different silk screens, creating the Green Pea in 1968. Side note, at first the Campbell Soup Company was a little bit weirded out by the fact that their product was a part of an Andy Warhol series, but eventually they would embrace this fact that they were used as a part of his supermarket period. The company would send Andy Warhol a case of their products, and in 2012, celebrating the 50th anniversary of this series, would create a series of Campbell's Soup labels that was Andy Warhol themed.
Split pea. With him!
Homer Simpson goes into his slumber, waking up in a Henry Rousseau painting. That's right, he is in Sleeping Gypsy, that's available to view at the Museum of Modern Art by the French naive artist Henry Rousseau, created in 1897. In comes The Vitruvian Man from 1490, a drawing done by Leonardo da Vinci, based on the ideas of Vitruvian, who believed in this proportional wheel of sorts. Not a Da Vinci idea, but a Da Vinci illustration. After being attacked by Pablo Picasso's 3 musicians, Homer segues into The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali, the 1931 masterpiece that was created by Dali when he was but 27 years old and is now homed at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. And Homer is, of course, attacked by Andy Warhol. We have the Campbell Soup Cans getting their revenge, and all of this because of the damage that was inflicted by Homer. All fun and games, but within the fun and games of The Simpsons, there is something that can be learned, there is something that is referenced, and these are the pieces that I believe they are referencing, paying tribute to as they go through the Springsonian Museum. Hopefully you can also catch some of my other videos that weave in and out of pop culture movies and other sorts of things of that sort. I hope you enjoy that as much as I love being able to bring it to you. Thanks a lot for watching, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you next time, and you have yourself a great day.
How's your father's project coming along?
I think he's almost done. Yeah, he's done.